Madden 24 Easter egg predictions, one of my favorite videos to make every single year. We got 17 different exclusive eggs to predict, all varying in promos, overalls, with 4 LTD eggs that we're going to get to the player predictions for. But before we get into the predictions, I need you guys to understand how we come up with not really the promos, because they tell us what promo each egg is going to be, but the overalls and the value of each egg, and that is going to be the quick sell value of chocolate. So we're going to be comparing that to a lot of these offers in the chocolate store, as well as the quick sell value of the Sugar Rush players that also quick sell for chocolate. I know a lot of you guys back in December did not agree with my overall predictions for a lot of the presents, but if we went back and watched that video, you'll notice a lot of the overalls were very close to what actually happened within the presents. So trust the process. Some of these overalls might seem a little bit low, but I actually think these eggs are going to be better than the presents were in December. If you want extended coverage of the market and how I make my coins, subscribe to the Coin Bible exclusively on Team Get Lucky, link in the description. Starting things off with the only family of eggs there are in the game. It's not really a direct family, you would say. These are all kind of mysterious. We don't really have, there's no theme assigned. That's pretty much what I mean. There's no theme assigned to them. The first one, this is actually the egg I don't really have an idea for in terms of like confidence rating. I probably got like a 25% chance of this actually being correct. The simple egg, it quick sells for the least amount of chocolate out of all the eggs, 350 chocolates. I would say it's a Sugar Rush 89 plus, but there is an actual Sugar Rush chocolate shop offer that is in the mid 500s, so that doesn't really line up. It can't really be an 89 plus Sugar Rush player. So I'm just gonna go with any 89 plus player in the game. That overall could probably be down maybe a little bit, maybe any 88 plus makes a little bit more sense, but that's the simple egg. Honestly, it's a crapshoot for what I actually think it is. Moving on to the nice egg, this is going to be the one that I have being a Sugar Rush 89 plus overall. So you can pull an 89. I believe the next overall you can pull is a 93 for Sugar Rush, and then it's 95 and 98. Value 680 chocolates, very similar again to the mid 500 chocolates. That offer is in the chocolate shop again for an 89 plus Sugar Rush player there. So that is the simple egg or the small base egg. This is the medium base egg. Next up, we've got the excellent egg or the base large one. And I'm just going to follow along with the Sugar Rush theme and go with a 92 plus Sugar Rush player. The chocolate shop again has a 92 plus Sugar Rush player offer for 1,300 chocolates. So 1,400, very similar, a little bit more than what the actual offer in the store is. Plus, hopefully, we can pull the 99 overall Sugar Rush LTDs we're actually getting from the eggs in a lot of these offers, or at least in the Sugar Rush Plus eggs. Then finally, we have the extra large base egg or the extravagant egg, 4140 chocolates. There's a lot of extra large eggs that quick sell for this amount. I'm a little bit torn on it. I want to go Sugar Rush 95 plus, but also the 4140 chocolates makes more sense of it being a 96 plus if any overall, or any card, sorry. And that's going to be, make more sense once we go to the other extra large eggs. But either Sugar Rush 95, meaning 95, 98, or potential 99 LTD Sugar Rush player, or any 96 overall player. Now getting into the promo eggs, starting with the smallest, going to the largest, the Super Bowl egg at a value of 370 chocolates. Now this egg and the next one we're going to talk about is going to be you're going to be very confused. You're going to say like, why is it the same min overall, but the value in chocolates is a lot different? And that's just because the Super Bowl promo does not have a lot of upside when it comes to overall. So I have it down as a Super Bowl 89 plus, meaning you pull an 89 overall, a 92 overall, and a 95 overall, and that's it. So there's not a ton of upside, which is why I think the value of this egg is very low. Could it be an 86 plus? Yes. But then in the next egg, it doesn't really make a lot of sense because that would be like a ripoff if you were to pull an 86 overall. And let's actually get to that egg. It's the Genkai Force egg, and it quick sells for 690 chocolates. Again, I have it as an 89 plus, but why? Because the Genkai Force has different overalls that you can get for upside, meaning you pull an 89 overall, a 93 overall, or a 96 overall, which is why I believe the value is more than the Super Bowl one. If it was an 86 plus, an 86 would be a drastically low overall for 690 chocolates as a value for quick selling. Like, we're talking an 86 overall in comparison would be like in the fifth, like literally 40 or 50 chocolates, meaning you would lose a ton if you were to pull an 86, and I don't think they would do it that drastically. So again, it might be a little bit weird. These are like the ones I'm a little bit off on. It could be an 86 plus, could be an 89 plus, but either way, it's either an 86 or an 89 plus for both the Super Bowl and the Genkai Force eggs. Next up, we have Divisional Dynasty. The overalls in this promo, there is 88 overalls, but I'm sticking with the 91 plus, meaning you could pull a 91 Divisional Dynasty, a 93 Divisional Dynasty, or a 96 Divisional Dynasty, a little bit higher than the Genkai Force overalls, and that is why it's at 710 chocolates. So hopefully you guys kind of understand my brain and thinking. I really had to do a lot of thinking. Calculator, math, was doing a lot trying to figure out the exact formula. It's kind of a puzzle. Everything fits together once the overalls make sense. So Divisional Dynasty, could it be 88 plus? Yes, but again, that would be a very, very low minimum for an egg that quick sells for 710 chocolate. It's still an L technically if you pull a 91 overall. The value of a 91 overall in comparison to training to chocolate, yes, I've done this, although I don't have the chart up. It's like in the 400, so 91 overall would still be technically an L. All right, next up, we've got the honors, and as well as the egg after this one, which is combine, it is going to be the exact same prediction because they have the exact same value and the exact same overalls you could pull. Honors, you were either going to get a 93 overall or a 96 overall. Maybe you can get a 97 Redux honor, I don't know, but hey, it's either a 93 or a 96/97 honors card. 100%. It's 1370 chocolates. It's really the only overall you can pull. Again, minimum is a 93 honors card, so it makes a whole lot of sense. And then getting into the next one, which is combine, it just adds up. It's the same exact amount, 1370 chocolates. And for the combine, once again, I believe it will be a 93 plus, where you can pull a 93, a 96 champion, and maybe if we're lucky, a 97 overall Redux combine player. Although I don't think EA is that, how do I say it, anti-lazy to actually put those in each of the eggs. I think it'll just be either a 93 combine or a 96 combine, but those are your promo eggs. Let's now get into the extra large or extravagance. First up, the cheapest of the extravagant eggs, the Team of the Year egg. This one is very, very simple. It is either going to be a 95 overall Team of the Year or a 97 overall Team of the Year. Don't believe you'll be able to pull a 98 LTD, although maybe you will. Maybe there'll be a glitch or a bug or a mistake that we see a lot of times on Christmas or Easter morning, and you're able to pull old LTDs. I think that was Madden 23. You could pull like old LTDs in the presents, but Team of the Year, this one fairly obvious. 95 plus, it quick sells for 4,090 chocolates. Next up now, the next three eggs we talk about are all going to have the same quick sell value, so I'm going with the same overall minimum, although it could be one lower. Ultimate Legend egg to start off, 4,140 chocolates. This now goes back to that first extravagant egg we talked about, which is why I went with the any 80 or any 96 plus as opposed to any 95 plus. I'm going with full 96 UL. Could it be, and could the extravagant egg as well as the three eggs after this, or the two eggs after this, be 95 pluses? Yes, but I went with 96s just so it's a full Ultimate Legend, as that is like the lowest overall full Ultimate Legend in the game. So full 96 plus UL, you'll be able to pull a 96, a 97, and a 98 by the time these cards come out. I don't believe there'll be 99s out. I guess technically on Sunday there will be a 99 LTD or one 99 Ultimate Legend LTD available to open in that egg. Next up, we've got the wild card, weekly wild card themed promo egg. 4140 for the chocolate skin, and I stuck with the weekly wild card 96 plus, meaning you can pull a 96, a 97, or a 98. I'm gonna reiterate, could these all be 95 pluses? Yes, but I've stuck with the 96 overall theme. And then the final one is the AKA Cruise one. Lowest overall full AKA Cruise, I believe, is 94. I don't know the weekly wildcard one. I think it's 95 was the lowest overall full weekly wildcard player that came out. AKA Cruise, though, stick with the 96. AKA Cruise, 96 overall players. Let's get into the LTDs. First up, the LTD egg that I do not have. I have three, but not this one. It is the branched out. Now, the quick sell value is 9,560 chocolates. Now, that is coincidentally the same exact amount as a 98 overall Sugar Rush champion in terms of quick sell value, but it says LTD on the egg, so I'm going to assume it's a 99 overall. If you want to contest that and say it's going to be 98 overall, iJoe, I'm going to one-up you and go back to December when the LTD presents quick sold for 16,000 snow, whereas a 93 overall zero chill player quick sold for 28,000 snow. So the LTD eggs historically have never been the right quick sell value. You're just not supposed to quick sell them, so they kind of just throw any amount that's higher than like the next highest valued egg. So don't be thrown off by the value being the exact same thing as a 98 overall. I believe all of these eggs will be 99 overalls because they say LTD on them, and we're in the era of 99 overall LTD. So yes, Brian Branch, if you guys can just read on your screen, that's the prediction. It's Lions theme when it comes to the colors. I think this one is fairly obvious what it was. There's been some rumors of Deion Branch, but I'm always one to say they're never going to put a new legend as an Easter egg because they're going to want to make money off that player's rights for the first time. And they'll throw them in packs, they'll throw them in a promo and advertise it. Eggs don't really make that much money, or if any money you would say technically at all. So Brian Branch, 99 overall is the prediction. Pretty confident when it comes to that one. Next up, we have the other one. Now this one is a 100%, 200%, maybe 1000%. The Mad Stork Egg, aka Ted Hendricks. That is his nickname. If you just look up Mad Stork, you will find multiple articles or references to Ted Hendricks. Really, the prediction now is he going to be a strong safety or an outside linebacker? I think it's going to be outside linebacker. I prefer outside linebacker because then once, maybe he gets out of the meta when it comes to outside linebacker lurk artists, you can always throw him on the defensive line because he always gets really good pass coverage stats, but pass rushing stats as well. This one is probably, in my opinion, going to be the best egg to get as well as the best player, maybe in the game when this card finally drops. Now, next up, we've got two eggs that really, I don't know. My confidence rating isn't that high, so this is like the most fun eggs to predict. First up, we've got the matchup nightmare egg. Now, I have 3 semi-predictions up on the screen. I'll give you guys my final, best prediction after. So, 99 overall, Jermichael Finley. This one has been probably the most talked about because, of course, it's Packers colors. Jermichael Finley, tight end. He wasn't an overall great tight end when he played, but he's been a legend before in Madden. He's not a current legend. We haven't gotten a card of him this year, I believe. I looked it up. I didn't find any card. I believe his last card we had was a few years back. But yeah, Jermichael Finley, one of the options. Next up, we've got Jimmy Graham. This is my actual prediction. I think it's Jimmy Graham. Matchup nightmare makes the most sense. He played for the Packers, but he's known more as a Saint. If this was Saints colors, I would say it's 100% Jimmy Graham, but I'm going with him because he already has a card this year in MUT. He got a Team Diamond card, 92 overall, very early on in the year. He's way overdue for an upgrade. I'm going with Jimmy Graham. Then the last one is a Julius Peppers, also played for the Packers. Matchup nightmare. I kind of just want, he played basketball in college, 6'8", disgusting. Could potentially be, a safety, DN, outside linebackers when he played with the Packers, or maybe even a receiver or tight end card. Who knows? But again, my prediction for this one is going to be 99 overall tight end Jimmy Graham. Now, the last one could be a lot of players. It is the Go Birds, aka the Philadelphia Eagles egg. Now, process of elimination. If Brian Branch is the first egg and Ted Hendricks is the second egg, the third egg doesn't really matter, but it's most likely going to be an offensive player since we got 2 defensive players and then, of course, 1 offensive player potentially in Jimmy Graham / Jermichael Finley. So, process of elimination, this is most likely going to be an offensive Eagles player. Now, going into players we already have in Madden legend-wise, now there's 3, of course, options up on your screen. We have Harold Carmichael and Deshaun Jackson. It's probably not going to be an offensive lineman, although it could be 99 tribute Jason Kelsey. It's actually my prediction, I would say, but quarterback, running back, receiver, probably not tight end since we're maybe getting Jimmy Graham, Jermichael Finley. Quarterback, could it be Jalen Hurts potentially? We'll see. Harold Carmichael, though, Deshaun Jackson, 2 other options. They both have cards already this year in MUT. Personally, I want it to be Deshaun Jackson. I think they'll save Harold Carmichael for Ultimate Legends, maybe even Madden Ring of Honor at this point. But actually, to me, what makes the most sense is tribute Jason Kelsey. I don't know if they still have the rights to technically, put him in packs, but they could give him out an egg. And Go Birds, I believe he shouted at the top of his lungs during his Super Bowl parade speech, which kind of, ties him into that saying on the egg. So, my prediction, Jason Kelsey. One that I want the most of would be Deshaun Jackson. The best card, though, would probably be the Harold Carmichael. But give me your predictions down below for this one. Really, again, any probably Eagles offensive player that's not a tight end. So we could be seeing Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, maybe a Shady McCoy or a Brian Westbrook. Really a lot of options. Shout out MuchieG this year for not leaking the eggs. So I'm really excited to see the LTD eggs on Easter morning. But that's going to wrap up the predictions. I know it's a long video. I want to talk a little bit, though, about eggs as a whole. I actually really like the value and the upside of these eggs. In years past, we had families of eggs where we'd have a small Super Bowl, a medium Super Bowl, and a large Super Bowl, and even an extra large Super Bowl like last year. And the problem with that is that the champions of each of these promos would never have a ton of value because their market in these promos would be oversaturated with content. because, well, if you hold the extra large Super Bowl egg, it would be a guaranteed champion, making the champions, for the most part, all minimum price or training discard. But the good thing about eggs this year and the way they did it is each promo only has one egg, meaning, right, if you pull a champion from, like, for example, the Combine one, which is the 93 plus, if you pull a 96 Combine out of that egg, it's not going to be minimum for a 96 overall. Combine players are still some of the best in the game. They're going to be going for a pretty penny. So overall, I think the upside and the enjoyment of opening these eggs is going to be really fun, just because if you actually pull one of the high-rated champions, it's not going to be like, oh, it's just a minned out 95 Super Bowl player or a minned out 96 Genkai Force card. Like, no, they're actually going to have decent value because there's not going to be an automatic supply of the champions from just the extra large eggs like they've done in years past. So if only these eggs were unlimited, this would be probably my favorite, like, Easter egg gathering or promo type, like that part of the promo, since I've started doing content. But we'll see how the eggs shape out. Overall, again, I pulled 4 LTDs in the 10 extravagant baskets, and I pulled a bunch of other extravagance and a mixture of mysteries. Nice, simple, and excellent baskets. So that's all for this video. Feel free in the comments to let me know how wrong I am with my predictions, and then I'll prove you wrong on Easter morning, or your predictions, especially for the LTD eggs, because it could really be anybody, especially on the matchup nightmare and the Go Birds egg. But again, that's all for this video. Yeah, comment if you have any questions, like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you were new, and until next time, peace.